Good morning. It's Todd here. I did my walking so early today that I really didn't have the opportunity to walk in the sunshine. It was still dark outside. So I'm doing another video, and today I just thought about this. Why am I doing these videos now? Again, it's Toddcast, and I'm doing these videos about Huntington's disease. And for May, I'm going to start a YouTube page, hopefully enlighten a little bit of knowledge about this thing. The reason I started now, and then this is a good topic as well, but when I first found out that I had Huntington's, it was when I was 52. So that was 10 years ago. And at that time, I just had to go through the process of figuring out what was happening. I had to go through all those stages of grief, as we probably all have talked about those sometime in our life. And that took a couple years, if you want to know the truth. It wasn't something that I just dealt with very quickly or very easily. Through that process, it was more difficult. So I concentrated a lot during then about working and getting some stuff in order so that when Wendy and I got to this part of our life, we'd have a few more things in order. So that next 4, 5, 6 years, and I think it was till I was about 56, I did work and got some stuff in order. But I wasn't even thinking about Huntington's because it wasn't something that was affecting me in that way too much then. I was working with my buddy Jimmy Jones, shout out to him, and he and I put together some houses, and I had some rental income, and I had those kinds of things. Again, I've been in real estate, so it was one of those natural things. But at the end of that 56-year frame, and I even worked on one of the houses I had with my brother Tony. My brother Tony just passed away last year from Huntington's. So after that time period, I started, I just went into kind of a malaise, if you will. Jimmy Jones left town. I couldn't really work on houses. It was just becoming way, way too complicated on my brain. So I started, spending a little bit more time around the house. During those years, I didn't have enough of the mental symptoms of Huntington's to really make, any kind of cogent, conversation about it, if you don't know the truth. So I guess that's what I would say. Now that I'm 62 and I've really started having the mental problems that you could expect. And I also want to qualify this too, to everyone out there that's watching that has a spouse, a loved one that's way worse than I am. I am so sorry. I probably look like somebody that, you could say, oh my gosh, he doesn't even look like he has it, Huntington's. He doesn't have any of the problems that we have. I understand the problems that you have. I totally understand what you're going through. And I'm hoping to make these videos so you can just have a little bit better understanding of how your spouse is, thinking at this particular time. Okay, so now I'm into it 10 years, but now my memory and and it's not just like I forget where I left my keys. It's way more complicated than that. I can't do multiple tasks. I can't do things like I used to, where I would go to the store, buy multiple things, go to a house and work. Today, if I go to the hardware store, I'd probably have to buy one thing, bring it home, do a task, go, sit down for a while and take a break. So I'm saying all that to tell you I'm sorry for your loved one's condition, and I know it's worse than mine. I know that, and my heart goes out to everyone. This disease is terrible. Again, I'm going to try to accept the part of it that I can to explain the part of it that I can, knowing that there's just not a lot of good knowledge out there about someone who is at the stage of their life with it that can be cognitive and tell the story. So every day, or as often as I can, as long as I can, I'm going to try to put together these videos to just express, these thoughts. So that's the thought for today is I haven't started talking about this sooner because it wasn't relevant in my brain as far as being too far along. So now that I'm further along and I'm having more trouble, I wanted to share while I could. But on the same token, now that I've got further along, a lot of those life things that you want to do, they just aren't. I don't have a bucket list anymore. It's just not something that is a concern for me. I'm happy for everyone that's doing all their things and, their retirement years and all that. But it is what it is, and we've accepted that, Wendy and I. So this is May. These videos are coming out in May. It's Huntington's Awareness Month, and it's also my 40th anniversary with my wife. And early on we said that we would get through this together, and kind of our motto at the time was, I was able to take care of her for 30 years, and now she's going to have to take care of me for 30 years. But as a to her, I want to say I love you, and I mean that, and I want this on video because sometimes we don't say those things as much in the condition that we're in. Wendy knows, we've built a good life together. We've had a curveball here at the end, but God has made some wonderful things work out through this too. Again, I'm sorry for the condition that you may be dealing with. It's Huntington's Awareness Month. My page for this is called Toddcast. I have listed the videos now as Huntington's disease Todd, so that they would come up better in a search. I'd like for you to like the video if you can, make some comments if you want, but also share it. But like it so that we can get to the top of the page so that more people can get this knowledge, because knowledge is power when you're dealing with something that's as devastating as Huntington's can be. So I love you all, and just remember that God has a bigger plan for all of us, and just be patient through it with your loved ones, and I hope that this video will help. All right, have a great day.